Green, 'tis good to see you. Have you any news from old Charlion? We have yet to hear from Y'shtola regarding her search for a means to return to the Void. I must confess that her silence has left me feeling restless. Nor am I alone in this. Estinian has such an excess of energy that he has been helping to train our soldiers with nary a grumble. As for Zero... Is something the matter? No. Green paid us a visit, and so I was apprising him of recent developments, or the lack thereof. Are you heading somewhere? Aye, to replenish my ether. Would you like to come? A rare but most welcome invitation. Timely too, I might add. I myself was thinking of venturing out into the city. It would be my pleasure to join you. You will accompany us, of course. Come then. I have an errand to run at the bazaar first. Picking up some more spice. Mary told me to do so before my next visit. Mr. Zero has quite a tolerance, you see. Sisters know we Hanish are fond of spicy food, but I doubt any of us could keep up with her. With just the spices they normally have on hand, the mayhem can't quite satisfy her. Which is why I'm happy to provide what they need to achieve more rigorous flavors. That then, variety being the spice of life, perhaps you'd like to choose something extra to blend with Mr. Zero's usual. That'll help keep things interesting. What do you say? Fine by me. You can appreciate the nuances of this world's sustenance far better than I can, I expect. Ooh, spice. Colorful array of spices appear out from hempen sacks. Red husks. Hell yeah. These tiny husks give a citrus-like scent. Perhaps they will imbue dish with a zesty note. I'll explore the other ones. Coarse yellow flakes. These flakes appear to have been grated from a thick root. Their sharp aroma suggests a bracing flavor. Oh, turmeric. These corn tickle your nose with a pungent yet enticing aroma. One can imagine them lending dishes an appetizing accent. Pepper. What did you say, Kira?
I don't know what the red husks is supposed to be, if it's citrusy.
Good question.
Also, when you read, I'm picking up some more spice, I heard I'm picking up and I'm like, oh god, my microphone's ruined again.
Oh no.
Because I was a little behind you then.
Maybe something, maybe like dates, maybe?
Maybe?
No, the dates aren't really little, are they? Oh, it depends on the dates I got. Bright red in color, this powder
like
is...
saffron?
Maybe. This powder is just hot just to look at. It'll likely induce a healthy sweat when consumed. Hell yeah, spice!
That's what I went for.
Ah, it's a fine choice. But don't take my word for it. Here, have a taste. Zero may wish to observe your reaction. It will be considerate to sample the spice in her presence. Oops, those are my... bag of spice. Small sample of supremely stimulating seasoning. You tentatively place some of the spice on your tongue. A veritable blaze engulfs your mouth. Your reaction speaks volumes. That will suffice then. Always a pleasure, Mr. Zero, and do give Mayreed my regards. Speaking of which, I got some stuff I need to consume.
Oh, bring the kits.
Yeah. I had some spare trophy crystals lying around.
My usual, please. But with this spice.
Of course, Zero. It would be my pleasure. Well now, this is enough to make a whole kettle of your special curry.
I don't need that much.
No, I want some curry.
Rest assured, it's
gonna
easy
have,
enough to make a
some
serving just
Korean,
for you.
beef
Or we
soup,
could
though,
make the
today.
kettle and
Ooh.
share it.
There's a really nice place around here that does it in a traditional way. I forget the name of it in Korean though.
I'm sure it'll come to you.
There would be enough not only for
Or
your
I'll just look it
companions
up
but
because
other diners as
nobody
well.
refers to
I
it
dare say
by that
everyone would
around
be
here. Even the
delighted.
Koreans don't.
Very well.
They just
A
refer
full
to
kettle,
it by the
then.
restaurant name of Yee's.
Gotcha.
Excellent. We'll prepare it at once. And for your excellency and our esteemed adventurer, are you happy
long
to try a
time.
bowl of Zero's curry? We
Oh,
can
that.
make yours milder if you prefer.
Grateful though I am for the offer, I cannot fully appreciate the flavor
I'm
with this
excited.
vessel.
I'm pretty sure I've had it
Another
before,
time,
but
perhaps.
I'm not 100%.
Do not hold back on my account, my friend. Eat and enjoy.
Also want to try the that like royal chicken.
Then I'll have His Excellency's helping. Spicy curry.
Understood. Please, make yourselves comfortable.
It gladdens me to see you taking to life in Radzatan, Zero. In the area of our cuisine, not least of all. Spicy dishes have long been favored in our sultry clime for their ability to whet the appetite and cool the body. Of course, spices also have the effect of preserving foods, which makes them highly coveted in foreign lands. All of this has given rise to a thriving spice industry, and the wealth it brings has allowed our nation to prosper while maintaining its neutrality.
So you trade your spices? Seems rather more complicated than trading in ether.
In the beginning, this land was no more than refuge for me. But now it is my home, and the people of Radzatan my beloved children. Together, we build this vibrant nation. And naught would please me more than to show it to my sister one day.
Vibrant. Rubicante said the same when he described this world. A reminder of all that has been stolen from us. What many who remember doubtless yearn to take back.
Our home is a lost cause. Our only choice to begin anew. In this world, where we may reclaim our mortality.
Nonetheless, it's wrong to damn another to save yourself. As I told Rubicante, as I found myself moved to speak, I still do not understand what made me feel this way, nor what compels you mortals to help one another. But I hope to someday.
We too hope that you will find the answers you seek.
What is going on? What's happening?
Compliments of Mistress Zero, the Satrap's honored guest. We are serving a special curry for anyone who wishes to partake. But be warned, it is not for the faint of heart.
It's the spicy curry challenge.
By all
I'm
means,
very happy I
welcome
chose
the
this
challenge.
option.
Oh no.
Sisters have mercy. The smell alone is...
Oof.
Cowards.
It burns! It burns!
To better maintain the facade, the alchemists ensured that my vessel was capable of consuming food. However, I fear Zero's curry would test the limits of their design.
Apologies for the delay. Please relax and enjoy your meal.
Relax. I don't have time for that. I've been waiting for this.
I'm pretty sure they didn't actually make a variation for each spice we chose. Pretty sure it'll just all lead to this same cutscene.
Well, it's possible that they could have made two cutscenes and all the other cutscenes were the same, but this one was unique.
Maybe. I doubt it though.
Come. Let's replenish our ether.
Those mango lassis look so good.
Hmm. The spices we picked were perfect.
I trust you have eaten your fill. I shall have Marid prepare a meal for us to take to Estinian. I suspect he too is overdue a replenishment. By this hour, he will have retired to his chambers at Magaduta. Come, let us pay him a visit.
The spicy curry has left you slightly flushed and set your heart racing. Whatever challenges await, you're ready to face them head on. And with feeling. Oh, we actually got a buff. Spicy Circulation 22. Reforged by the flames of truly challenging curry.
But what does the effect do other than expire and make me sad?
It doesn't do anything.
No, it just expires and makes me sad.
Yes.
Oh,
Poor guy almost died to curry, but wants to eat it again. Welcome back! Master Estinian. Yes, he has returned to his chambers. I shall be happy to escort you. Proceed to Estinian's chambers.
good luck.
I don't like that. I don't like that good luck.
Estinian,
What am I going to?
are you there? We've brought something for you.
I enter.
Squid masala from the Mehane. I thought you might enjoy it.
Masala, eh? I'd prefer my squid dried. But I'm sure it won't disappoint. My thanks.
No, it's Estinian without a shirt.
Idle as I am in our sorceress's absence, I see. I can't offer much in the way of entertainment, but make yourselves comfortable.
Shall we disrobe as well?
Oh no.
No. We simply caught our friend unprepared. He will make himself presentable at once, I am sure.
At last. We've been looking for you.
My friends! Tell me, were you able to devise a way to return to the 13th?
I believe so. It required a visit to the moon, where I took the opportunity to enlist Oriange's assistance.
Oh no. Hear your husband subscribed again. Tell him to stop. They can't be allowed to get away with this.
It's your fault for displaying that fan service.
Damn.
Ishtola hath told me all. I should be glad to help you free Ashdaya and put an end to Golbez's dark plot.
If Rubicante spoke true, both Golbez and Ashdaya are on the moon of the 13th. Unlike here in the Source, however, we have no means of making the journey from the surface of the star itself. The technology simply does not exist. Therefore, I propose that we employ a gate to deliver us directly to our destination.
Is such a feat possible?
In theory. Having once been a single hole, the Source and its reflections share striking similarities in geography. And according to a certain someone, who unceremoniously whisked us away to the first, the same locations across the worlds are intrinsically bound. All of which is to say, were we to pass through a gate on the Source's moon, it should lead us to the moon of the 13th. Of course, there is the risk of Voidsent gaining entry to our world. Thus did I decide to seek Oriange's counsel.
It's fine, the moon is currently populated by tons of people doing cosmic exploration.
Both the Watcher and the Loporrits are aware of our proposed endeavor. While they are yet deliberating precautionary measures, they have pledged their full cooperation.
You've been busy. I presume you've also found a way to open this gate.
Be it in Radzat-Han or Sharlayan, scholars have long cast their gaze unto the endless dark of the void. And so, with Harnish insights to augment our knowledge, we have indeed conceived of a promising plan to pierce the veil. A plan I am confident will succeed, precisely because the moon is our stage. The preparations will be extensive, and we will require vast quantities of ether. After all, our gate must be large enough to accommodate another great worm. My proposal entails delivering copious amounts of ether to the Tower of Babel in Garlemald. As you will recall, Fandaniel used the structure to destroy the Brand's imprisoning Zodiac, and we, in like manner, will use it to channel ether to the moon, and thereby open our gate.
I see. Then we shall need someone on the moon for the necessary rituals.
Just so, Your Excellency. I intend to head back anon for that very purpose, as well as to help devise our strategy to deal with invading Voidsent. Along with our lunar allies, we will once again require the assistance of your alchemists, Nidana not least of all. May I trouble you to serve as their escort?
Fine by me. The room was beginning to feel constraining.
For my part, I shall oversee the requisite tasks on the star. Might I prevail upon you for your assistance?
If all are in agreement, then let us set to work. We'll open our gate, and we will stop Golbez.
They really want us to go to the moon that often.
The moon?
You kind of got cut out there.
I was saying to the moon, but elongating it out, so probably got filtered the same reason singing does.
If one and all are ready, then let us set forth, our preparations to complete. If I may, I beg a moment to exchange this vessel for its grown counterpart. It is in the keeping of Alchemist, the High Crucible. Of course, we shall accompany thee thither and thence begin our journey. My apologies for the delay. My, that is a striking simulacrum indeed. Well suited to the work ahead, I doubt not. Allow me to explain Y'shtola's plan in greater detail. As you know, we seek to open a void gate in Mare Lamentorum, that we might gain direct passage to the moon of the 13th. Whilst our comrades labor upon the moon, we must needs accomplish two tasks. The first is the procurement of a substantial quantity of ether, and the subsequent delivery of it onto the Tower of Babel. Said structure was once used to siphon the land's essence by way of the Telephoroi spires. Such a method, however, doth pose an unacceptable risk to the greater ethereal balance of our world. Thus must we seek an alternate means of conveying our requisite souls. Our second task does pertain to the use of the Tower of Babel itself. You may recall that this portal onto the moon was placed under the supervision of the XIV contingent. If we would employ it to different ends, we must first obtain the contingent's express permission. I should like to believe they would not refuse us, so perhaps we should concern ourselves with the Aether problem first. Have you any idea whence we might source the vast quantity needed? Aye, a likely location doth come to mind. Let us make for the airship landing. There I shall reveal more. Ah yes, bureaucracy, always a problem. All are present and accounted for? Excellent. We will travel to Charlian and then seek the nearby Isle of Ham. Near unto the surface of this isle do rivers of aether converge. The churning energy of this confluence is released by the way of geysers. Originally, the Ragnarok was to be powered by aether harvested from the isle. But as you well know, an alternate power source was ultimately found for the vessel. Passage onto Ultima Thule, to the very limits of existence, was facilitated by not less than the strength of the Mother Crystal herself. As such, the Isle of Ham's vast aether deposits remain untouched. We may help ourselves to that energy, provided we are able to secure the Forum's permission. Yet again with needing permission, is nothing straightforward in this world. Such is the nature of politics, I fear. And as the Scions of the Seventh Dawn have been officially disbanded, we no longer are a recognized collective. A somewhat disadvantaged position, bureaucratically speaking. Fortunately, however, there is a recognized and respected body upon which we might prevail, the students of Aldacian. Upon arriving in Charlian, let us seek our friends at the Annex. Hooray! Bureaucracy! Welcome back, Green. What brings you here today? In such colorful company. Greetings, Ochika. On this occasion, we are to seek the student's assistance in a manner of some urgency. In that case, you'll want to speak with Kryl. She's in the main hall sorting through our archives. There's a visitor with her at the moment, but it's no one you don't know, so feel free to show yourself in. Proceed to the main hall. It's Aaronville.
Well now, if it isn't two of my dearest friends. As for the other two, I don't believe we've had the pleasure.
Not in this vessel, perhaps. 'Tis I, Vashan. Though, you are welcome to call me Vritra, if you prefer.
Pay me no mind. I merely accompany them.
I pray you forgive us our intrusion. If you are occupied, we shall call again anon.
It's quite all right. We've just finished swapping all our secrets anyway. Erenfil occasionally comes and shares the latest Gleaner gossip, you see. From forgotten ruins to mysterious relics, if there's aught that might be of interest to the students, he kindly lets us know.
Alas, I must soon depart on an expedition. As I may be away for an extended period, I wish to give Kryl fair warning. Hence my visit today.
I see. There are specimens that want for procuring, I presume?
No, it isn't guildship business, but rather... homecoming. But enough about me. You have business too, yes? And I'm in the way.
Far from it. As a matter of fact, we should be grateful if you could stay and share your knowledge of the nearby isles with us. We seek a means to travel to the Void. There, a man named Golbez plots to invade our world. A man who even now holds my sister hostage. To that end, we require a great quantity of ether, which we understand may be had on the Isle of Ham. We came in the hope of exploring how it might best be procured.
An invasion from the 13th? Must the stakes always be so dramatic?
You have a knack for finding trouble. If Gleaners collected world-ending crises, you could make quite a name for yourself in our profession.
I don't usually find trouble. Trouble usually finds me.
It's true the Isle of Ham is a veritable font of ether, but as it's under the Forum's direct jurisdiction, only a privileged few get to set foot there. I myself haven't.
So if we want to help ourselves to the Isle's ether, we'll need to secure the Forum's permission. Very well. The students of Baldessian recognize your endeavors as combating a grave threat to the world. As representative, I hereby pledge our full assistance. Now that it's official, you may leave the politics and paperwork to me. Our operations remain small, but we shouldn't meet any undue resistance.
We are truly grateful.
If I may. According to the original plan for the Exodus, ether collected from the Isle of Ham was to power the Ark. Art thou perchance familiar with the logistics of this endeavor?
I don't know anything about that, I'm afraid. Nor do I think any Gleaner would. You might have better luck asking someone involved with the Ark's construction. Margaret, for instance. She's a researcher in Charley and Hamlet. I met with her for a job recently, and she mentioned working on the Ragnarok's propulsion system. You could do worse than to seek her out while awaiting the Forum's verdict.
We may well do just that. Our gratitude for thine advice, and may this threat be but a memory upon thy return.
You're quite welcome. Now then, if you'll excuse me.
I best start drafting our petition. Go on and find your researcher. I'll contact you as soon as we've made progress.
Let us leave matters here to Mistress Kryl, and hie ourselves to Labyrinthos.
Right then, time to put our best foot forward. Oh. A pity you can't tidy yourself. I should have had Ishtola enchant you when I had the chance. And what have we here? Later, Kryl, later. You've work to do.
That's a plot hook for the next expansion. Smash invitation confirmed. No, I'm telephoning first. Hey, Rob.
Invasion is coming. Yeah, Rob, we have Ari.
You have Kier.
Well, I'm part of this. So I
Exactly,
can't be
part of the
invading,
invasion.
Oh no, he's on to me.
Visitors? How delightful! If you require assistance, then ask away. It so happens you caught me in a post-deadline bliss. Forgive us for the abruptness of our inquiry, but 'tis our understanding that thou had charge of the Ragnarok's propulsion systems. We should like to know how Aether harvested on the Isle of Ham was to be stored and transported to the Ark, if the disclosure of such information is permitted. Oh, it's no bother at all. We've built special tanks that can store Aether just like we use casks to store wine. Simple, really. Simple, but quite brilliant in construction. They rival even crystals for ethereal capacity. Pity we never got to use them. Ah, how muddled and distant the memory when Doom's deadline loomed large and we extricated ourselves from a waist-high mire of work, only to end up chin deep in another. I was at one with the world, a conduit of the energies of creation, but now I am truly alive. Who'd have thought that sleeping in a bed and eating warm meals could make such a difference? Eating something that's not Archon loaf for once. Why, I feel positively functional! I dare say it rivals the thrill of dancing on the knife edge of failure. We are glad for you, quite. On the subject of the Aethys tanks, do you know what became of them? What did become of them? For the life of me, I can't seem to remember. Oh, but I do remember someone who might remember. We should be back by now. Just look for the fellow wearing an outfit that screams, "I've been on vacation and you haven't." Very well, we shall seek out this conspicuous colleague of thine. Our sincerest gratitude, Margaret, and do look after thyself. Come, Let us seek out this individual attired in a manner suggestive of recent furlough. Furlough, that's a word I haven't heard of before.
Hello? Also, it seems like everyone here is perfectly sane and has absolutely no mental health problems.
They're all workaholics. They eat Archon loaf willingly, Kier.
Yeah, that's totally peak mental health.
Exactly.
It's just so healthy for you.
It's nutritious. Healthy, debatable. Can't have better mental if you never have time to think to yourself. A flight that launched a teeny tiny toy boat. Have you been great? Able to catch a bit of rest? Well, if I don't know about the 8th of tanks, who in Peter Got's name would? One right in me very own workshop they were. A pleasure as always, Master Kokol. I trust thy respite proved rejuvenating. And then some. I won't bore you with the details, at least not without a drink in me. So, why the interest in our little old tanks? Permit me to explain. I see. I think I got the long and short of it. It goes without saying, but we all owe you more than we can ever repay. If you need our data tanks, then they're at your disposal. There's just one problem. You need the Forum's approval to set foot on the Isle of Ham. Well, up to me, you'll be on the next shit out, but that law can't wipe their asses until it's in accordance with procedural motions. You may be assured that my backside is immaculate. That's certainly a quote. Thaliax thumping thighs and Master Fortunaut and score like Montyshagna. What a surprise! Pardon the intrusion. The Forum has deliberated your petition and we've decided to deliver our verdict directly. You have been granted special dispensation to travel to the Isle of Ham for purposes of aetheric extraction, on one condition. On account of its rich deposits of aether, the isle is home to throngs of vicious beasts. We ask that you call any such creatures you encounter. That's all. Given the vast amount of aether we seek, I expected a far higher price. Oh, believe me, we do not underestimate the value of what you desire. Nay, we simply owe the students of Maldazian and their esteemed collaborators a debt of gratitude, and we felt that expediting your request was a suitable way to repay it. A debt of gratitude? We are taking the liberty of arranging your passage to the Isle of Ham. Your vessel awaits in Scholar's Harbor. Then I'd better get those egg tanks loaded onto the airship. I'll be ready to take them where need, assuming it's safe. I shall head back to the annex, but should you need anything else, don't hesitate to call. This forum is like Ali say, lady, you could not be more wrong.
Bound for the Isle of Harm. You look like the ones Master Fortuneau told me to expect. If you're ready to depart, then so am I. Just say the word.
Is something the matter?
I did recruit one other to our party, but he is late to arrive.
Forgive me my delay.
Thancred? 'Tis good to see you.
If it isn't Varshan. They do grow up so quickly. Urianger tells me we have a host of exciting new tribulations to face. And you must be Zero. I've heard all about your daring do in Garlemald. A pleasure.
Apart from strengthening our company with his redoubtable skill at arms, Thancred may also serve as a mentor in those matters that trouble thee.
I think Urianger is telling Zero to get adopted by Dad Cred.
Aw.
I speak of the intangible forces which bring souls together. Thancred is possessed of experience both unique and insightful that I am sure he would gladly
Not
share
intentional,
with me.
but
Thou needst
comedy
but ask.
writing.
Right. The Aether Font, now accessible. Okay, I'm gonna quit. Okay, I'm back.
Welcome back.
Thank you. Is everyone ready?
I am, at least.
Aether Font, there it is. The Aether Font. Ooh, polar bears. Ooh, a polar wolf? Ooh, a polar jellyfish?
We have to kill the cute bears. I hope we don't have to kill the cute bears.
Probably not. Maybe, probably. Leroy!
Aw.
Linkpacker. Huh. That doesn't look good. Ow. Didn't see that one there.
I did not either.
Oh, do they not explode instantly? Okay, the small ones explode instantly, big ones do not. Got it. God damn it.
Bye-bye, fish.
Wee, magical zip lines.
Actually, it's April.
Oh.
I didn't see that. I didn't see that last guy. His health bar was like just off my screen, so I thought he was dying.
Ah. Arcas. More lines. That one better.
Yeah.
music is a vibe, I would agree.
Oh yeah. It'd be really good if it's like D&D background music too.
Mm-hmm. There's Octomammoth. And the big fish you can catch in Limsa Lominsa.
Just not used to seeing that kind of tentacle slamming.
Oh. So how does this work?
No clue. I don't like the name of this.
Just go where the tentacles aren't hovering over, I guess.
That is very hard to identify. Because they're on the different sides.
It's fine, it's just like the Orbon Monastery fight. How does it look?
Explosion!
Oh, it's telekinesis. The crystal just happened to explode.
Is it just always this one that doesn't have tentacles? Interesting.
It might change, who knows?
I guess they're implying that I lost one of them. See. Oh, that is a... I fucked up.
Hooray!
Well, who wants calamari? Better go grab it.
I think it's a little too brine-soaked to be palatable.
Much obliged for clearing the way. We'll get to work at once. Filling these up will take a good while. I appreciate it if you stood watch till we finished. I ain't getting chewed to chum by some ether-bloated bugger. Oh, by the by, where were you planning on putting these to use? We could deliver them by airship, see? Provided it ain't too far.
We would need them transported to Galemon, to the Tower of Babel.
Ah, that's a long old journey. Too long for a direct flight. Tell you what, we'll send them over with the scheduled shipment of provisions headed that way. I'll make the arrangements as soon as we get back. Save some poor chocobos having to drag this lot through the snow.
You have our thanks. We shall not forget your generosity.
Everything seems to be proceeding apace. I dare say you would have been fine without me.
Why would you say such a thing? You were not bound by contract or the threat of force, and you gain no advantage by devaluing your own contribution. Yet you must be bound by something to speak thus. What is it?
What binds me? A belief, I suppose. Born of our shared struggles. No matter where my comrades go, I have faith they will be fine. For I know that they will walk their chosen path as surely as I walk mine. I trust them, in short. Trite though it may sound.
Trust. I remember the word. How long has it been since last I used it? It had no place in my dealings. Not with other Voidsend, and certainly not with Xenos. Not even in the time before darkness engulfed the world. Full often did Memoriates betray their own, corrupted by the very power they wielded. You could trust no one but yourself. Alone we fought, and alone we fell. I wouldn't know how to trust. Is there some trick to it?
Just stay close to this one. You'll learn in no time. Aye, absolutely fine.
I confess I thought thou mightst have more words of counsel to offer.
Oh, she'll soon get the hang of it, even without my help. After our work here is done, I'll see myself back to the shadows. But before that, I take it you've heard as well.
Indeed. The client seeketh Archons, and 'twould seem our extensive travels and neutrality make us prime candidates.
Well, assuming we take on the request, I suspect I'll be stuck with you again. Don't let me down,
Wait, Thancred is also an Archon, right?
Oh, I thought was?
Does that mean he also had to, like, submit some thesis or something to get to be recognized as an Archon?
I'm not sure.
To not only allow us use of the tanks, but to arrange their transportation to Garlemald besides. Blessed are we to count Cockle among our allies. Unto thee we must also give thanks, Thancred, for coming to our aid on such short notice. Please, you know I'm always happy to help. Don't hesitate to call on me again. Till next time. Most of the original Scion crew, aside from these, are Archons. So what the hell did Thancred submit? With the tank's transportation thus arranged, our first task is complete. We now turn our attention to the second. To wit, obtaining the blessing of the Ilsabar contingent to use the Tower of Babel to channel energy onto the moon. Our destination is Camp Broken Glass, where we may present our petition to Commander Lucia. Saved many. What brings you here today? Pray forgive us for not sending word in advance, Commander, but we seek your cooperation in a matter of great import. Indeed. We appreciate you consulting with us instead of taking the unilateral action. Babel, and I speak not only of these technological challenges. Personally, I think we must consider the emotional impact of such an action above all else. Though we have yet to re-establish a governing body, we provisionally refer to those who remain here as the Gallian community. As you would expect, they are predominantly native Gallians, most of whom are uncomfortable with ethereal manipulation. To compound matters, the trauma inflicted by Anima is still fresh. If the tower were to suddenly light up again, it is like to cause distress and reopen old wounds. Surely. Of course, we acknowledge the gravity of the situation, as well as the promised bloodshed should we fail to act. Yet, even were we to convey your warning to the public, many simply do not understand the workings of magic or the rift. They will struggle to comprehend why they must be forced to relive personal horrors for the sake of something they cannot imagine. What's there to imagine? Haven't these people seen Voidsend with their own eyes? Let us suppose you encounter someone who is freezing in this cold. A natural thing to do might be make them a fire, yes? So like the fire that torments this individual, the Tower of Babel torments the people of Galamod. Yet we cannot afford to falter here. We must find a way to help them overcome their fear. I agree. To that end, the contingent will assist however we can. We should speak with Alfino and Alice. With the rapport they have established with the Gallian people, I dare say they can provide us with valuable insights. In the meantime, Urianger, might I ask that you remain here to oversee the technical aspects of the tower's activation? I am glad to see you, Green. Rita has explained our present dilemma. It is no unfounded concern that the Gallians might take poorly to the reactivation of the Tower of Babel. That's putting it mildly. Many will be up in arms over it. Trust in the oath of our contingent is fragile enough. We need to tread lightly or we risk jeopardizing everything we've achieved. Trust again. Well, it seems to me there's not for it but to speak with the people. Rather than harping on about the necessity of the plan, we need to lend an ear to their concerns. Then perhaps we can begin working towards a compromise. In that case, I'll take you to meet the community leaders. They're at a station called Senators, near the Cenaculum Imperialis. I would be honored to speak with them, though it would be prudent to learn where the people elsewhere stand as well. But that I will leave to the others, save Zero. Might you accompany me? I'm sure those in the Tappers then will have their own opinions. Alfino, if I may drag you along. Tertium, we leave to you. You're no stranger to the people here, so it should take little prodding to convince them to speak freely. And it's settled. Once you learn what you can, let's all meet in the Forum Solius, where we'll have what I hope is a productive discussion. A Tower of Babel? What's got to do with voice scent? Can't say I understand. Still, your people have done much for us, and much and more for us Gallians. If you say it's necessary, then that's good enough for me. Whatever the present state, the Imperial Palace was once the pride of Galamod. I mean no disrespect to you and yours, but shouldn't the Gallian people be its caretakers instead of foreigners? Though if we dared speak thus to some of the contingent, they might make assumptions about our rations or worse. No, forget I said anything, please. Activate the Tower of Babel? Are you out of your mind? The abomination transformed my friends and family into monsters. Can't even bear to look at it whenever I step outside. If you want to do something for us, tear the bloody thing down. Fine. That tower isn't right, I tell you. All those magics. Years ago, when I lived in the provinces, locals razed our village to the ground with the stuff. Made things appear and disappear and fly and burn. Can still see it when I close my eyes. You've done us a good turn, dear, but let's not talk about the tower any longer. It's unnatural.
Fifth.
Oh, that's how you pronounce it.
No,
Thank you.
five.
Well, maybe they should spell it like it's pronounced then.
Then it would be English.
Ugh, English, such a silly language. No, stop it. The tower is evil. It'll turn us all evil. I don't want to hear it. Leave me alone. Euless is on his way with the others. I hope you found the people more receptive than we did. Green, may I present to you the Lords Gnaeus and Metius, magistrates of our political council. They have been spearheading the efforts to establish a new system of government here. When we raised the subject of the Tower of Babel, they insisted that we speak no further until joined by the representatives of the Ilsabak contingent. I see Alvino and Alize are yet to arrive though, so perhaps we should wait. It doesn't matter if only some of you are present. We simply wish to make one thing perfectly clear. The tower is a manifestation of Garlean ingenuity and authority. It was once the abode of the imperial family, and it will forever bear tremendous cultural significance. It is insulting enough that we had to suffer foreigners occupying it under the guise of rendering aid, and now you propose reactivating it? Nay, we have had enough. The Garlemod of old may have fallen, but she fell in civil war to her own people, not to Eorzea nor any other land. We came here to assert our unequivocal claim to our territory. Garlemod, and all that lies within our bounds, is beholden to no one. Oh boy, more bureaucracy.
They really missed Heaven's Word of Stormblood.
Since their excellencies are resolved to negotiate with the contingent, I will escort them to Tertium. I also instruct Alfino and Alice to meet us there. Lord Metius, Lord Gnaeus, by your leave, my comrades and I would speak with the residents of Senatus. Though the Ilsabad contingent holds the Tower of Babel, it is I who wishes for it to be reactivated, and thus I think it meet that I be present for this discussion. Yet my understanding of your people's hardships, of their hopes and desires, of their dreams for the future, is sorely lacking. In my ignorance, I would struggle to contribute. Lest you worry, I will not plead our case to the community in your absence. I wish only to identify common ground upon which we might build a relationship that sees us overcome our differences. Very well. Know that the guards will not hesitate to escort you from the premises should they judge your actions to be inappropriate. It's settled then. You should all head to Senatus. I'll join you there after I see their excellency safely to Tertium. Here it is, Senatus. A temporary refuge for political dignitaries, hence the tight security. I am given to understand that outsiders are not normally permitted so much as a glimpse inside. We should consider ourselves fortunate to be given this opportunity. I hope it will be worth the trouble. As do I, Zero. As do I. Enter Senatus. To begin, I propose we split up and ask the residents for their views on the Isabel contingent and the current state of affairs. We would also do well to learn more about this enclave itself. Should you observe anything of note, pray keep it in mind. It is through open hearts and open minds that I believe we may yet convince their leaders to work with us for the greater good. Pile of crates. The stockpile of assorted supplies bears marking indicating they were provided by the Ilsabard contingent. The Enclave is clearly reliant upon the Alliance for aid. You recognize the large cassock that the very same you and your comrades used to transport cerulean from Lapis Manalis. Why they are in Senatus is unclear. How do I feel about the contingent? Conflicted to say the least. I've been tasked with the distribution of supplies, and I know as well as any that we couldn't survive without outside aid. Be that as it may, even though the Empire has collapsed, we have our pride. People don't want to be beholden to others forever, and there's no denying that it chafes to see our benefactors occupying the Imperial Palace. You want to know what I think? I'm a soldier. I try not to think about politics at all. I'll say this much. Our leaders labor to preserve our culture, our way of life. What remains of it at any rate. I trust them to do what's best for Garlemald. Finished touring the Enclave, have you? What were you able to learn? Much the same as me, then. They accept the contingent's help out of necessity and harbor a measure of resentment. They have only themselves to blame. If they don't like the bargain, they should reject it. How many times must I tell you? It's absolutely out of the question. What's going on? We were wondering the very same. We came running when we heard shouting. Is aught the matter? No, I was just trying to explain. Mayhap you can clear this up. The contingent has made a reasonable request, but this man insists that it's impossible. It concerns the Magitech weapons which run rampant throughout the Regio Urbanissima. Every time we deliver supplies there, we have to dispatch extra men to defend against potential attacks. To address the issue once and for all, we propose the elimination of all machina that loiter near the supply route, but you heard him. They refuse to even consider it. The magistrates have already spoken on this matter. Rampant or no, those war machina are Gallian assets. Furthermore, who is to say that they are as dangerous as you attest? It has been suggested that this could be a pretense to scavenge Magitech material for your own ends. I know not if that is the case, but the fact remains, I cannot allow you to destroy them. More speculation by the magistrates, I presume. Ridiculous, but they have spoken, and unless we want to inflame tensions further, there's not what we can do. How complicated relations become when not grounded in clear and equitable arrangement. An equitable arrangement, of course. Well, do I understand the difficulty of your position. As a soldier, you must do your duty and obey your superiors. I have an idea, but I must first speak with Commander Lucia. May I take charge of this matter? But by all means. Let us return to Camp Broken Glass, where we might discuss a solution I believe will satisfy all parties. Is it beat up the Magitechs and then deliver all this resulting scrap to the Garleans? Welcome back, all of you. I pray there have been positive developments in your efforts to appeal to the Gallian community. Mayhap not yet, but there is a method by which I believe all stand to gain. As satrap, I intend to propose a trade agreement between Ratzatan and the people of Galamod. Please continue. The people of this nation have lived through its collapse and more, yet they have chosen to remain, for it is their home. Contingent, or rather, in less flattering terms, they are entirely at your mercy. Despite your noble intentions, this one-sided relationship has fueled feelings of frustration and resentment. It is no surprise then that some Gallians are loath to engage with foreigners, for fear of indebting themselves further, or surrendering more of their already limited autonomy. That is why I wish to present them with an equitable arrangement. One that would restore to them a sense of agency after having been forced to rely upon charity. Easier said than done. What exactly did you have in mind? Long have Garlemald and Radzatan abided a treaty of non-interference. Really have we traded with one another, and I wish but to continue in this tradition. We would provide your people with such supplies as you require, in return for which you would grant us the leave to use the Tower of Babel, as well as share your Magitech resources and expertise. As we become more reliant upon your technologies, we will of course require more ceruleum to fuel them. These you possess in abundance, and for it you will be duly compensated. Radzatan's culture will be enriched by your Magitech wonders, and our ever-increasing demand for your wares will see Garlemald grow wealthy and prosperous. Only when both sides keep the interests of the other in mind can an equitable relationship be forged. It is a principle I once thought I understood, but I come to appreciate all the more in recent days, thanks to the sage counsel of a friend from beyond the rift. Your Excellency, I thank you for your careful consideration of Garlemald's future. Though I cannot speak for every Gallian, I myself see no reason to object to your proposal. Indeed, if Radzatan were to take the initiative, other nations may follow suit and seek to normalize trade relations with us. If you see the sense in my proposal, then I ask you to join me in the negotiations at Tertium. Your support may be instrumental in winning over Lord Neus and Metius. By all means, go with them. I have matters here well in hand. I have learned all that I may regarding the tower's operation, so I too shall... How do you pronounce this one? He?
That I don't know.
Google, what does it say? No, that just says for an acronym. Okay, it's high. Me to Tertium. Crowd you may have brought, but numbers will not intimidate us. The Tower of Babel is ours by right, and nothing you do will convince us otherwise. Rest assured, it is not our intent to infringe upon the rights of the people of Garlemald. Let us instead discuss the future. As the Satrap of Radzatan, I wish to establish a new trade agreement between our nations. The aid we presently receive will not last forever, my lords. Sooner or later, we must stand on our own 2 feet. But to do so, we must first secure a means to replenish our coffers, and a proposed agreement presents a rare opportunity. It's true we do not want for Magitech and ceruleum. Foreign currency will be needed to procure such things as we lack. It would depend on the precise terms, but I can see the merits. I can't believe what I'm hearing. You serve the Emperor. We're a proud patriot, yet now you entertain selling national resources like a common merchant? Like you, I weep for what we have lost. But if we are to rebuild Garlemald, we must make use of what precious few assets remain to us. Nonsense! Utter nonsense! You utter traitor, Gnaeus! And there will be a reckoning. Oh yes, when the people of Senatus learn of this, they will cry out for your blood. Lord Metius, wait! It isn't safe out there! It's far too dangerous for civilians to be outside alone. We must go after Lord Metius. Let us leave matters here in Maxima's care while the rest of us join in on the search. If Lord Metius is bound for Senatus, we may be able to catch up to him in Regio Urbanissima. I pray he has not come to any harm. Yes, walk through the match-tech-infested city. Very smart. I'm alive?
Praise the sisters, you are safe.
Don't think I'm indebted to you. I never asked for your help.
You love Garlemald dearly, Lord Metius. That much is plain. But you're not alone in that. We all mourn what has become of our homeland. Bristle at having to rely upon outsiders simply to survive the cold. Even now, I struggle with fear and uncertainty. Day after day, I ask myself, what is right? Where do we go from here? I've yet to find the answers. But I won't stop looking nonetheless. And I won't avert my gaze from our grim reality.
Is there hope for us?
Aye. So long as we live. Garlemald lies in ruins, but the bonds between us will never be broken. We are the chain that connects generations past and future. You and I, it's links. Help us, Lord Metius, for all we have been and for what we may yet become. Please.
To be lectured by the younger, it ill becomes a man of my station. I will rejoin the talks at Tertium. Might I trouble you to escort me? we part? I apologize for my discourtesy. I owe you my life, and I thank you.
Euless, wait. I'd like a word. With you as well. I'm to stay close, after all.
Worry not, we shall see the magistrate safely back to Tertium.
What is it?
You bound that man with trust, didn't you? That's why he did not require coercion to return.
Shall we walk, perhaps? Chilly, standing around here. So that's how Zero came to join you. Still, I'm not sure I'm qualified to explain something like trust. I wouldn't describe myself as a sociable person. Before all this, any free time I had, I spent looking after my brother and sister. As for the magistrate, I only told him what's been on my mind of late. But I wouldn't have done so, I think, if it weren't for the twins' influence. Trust is infectious, in a manner of speaking. When someone believes in you, it makes you want to believe in them, in others, in yourself. Perhaps it's because the magistrate felt that earnestness that he gave us a chance. As I did, after I was caught trying to steal provisions from the enemy. Trust comes easy in such company.
Little wonder my world is devoid of it. No one trusts in you, and so you trust in no one. And round the wheel turns. During the Contra Memoria, we had already come to judge one another based on strength and usefulness. You either used or were used. Those who rejected this rule didn't survive. My mother wanted to save the world, to fulfill the hopes of Memoria's good and true. After she died, I carried on her mission alone.
Alone? Didn't you have anyone to help you?
Almost. 2 men tried just the once. A swordsman and a mage, whom I met when passing through a village. They had saved the people there from corrupted Memoriates. When they learned our enemies were the same, they seemed heartened. They claimed to be soldiers of a kingdom called Baron, and were traveling the realm in search of a means to end the Contra Memoria. They invited me to join them. I refused. How could I not, having learned the lessons of my world? Those who would work with others always have their own motives. I would not place myself at their mercy. I would not be forced to submit. I expected some manner of outburst, some show of frustration at having failed to deceive me. But they simply watched me walk away. I didn't know what to make of it then, but now... Perhaps they shared a bond of trust. Perhaps they were the last ones left who dared. Perhaps they hoped I was like them, too. Perhaps it was just an offer, and nothing more. I continued fighting alone. But ultimately, I was undone. Overwhelmed by enemies that had banded together. I was cold, in pain, wishing desperately that someone would save me. And as I lay there in solitude, I felt it happen. The breaking of our world. Darkness washed over me, and I was swept into the rift. When I finally managed to return, it was to a world forever transformed. My home, now filled with abominations. I had a chance to learn about trust, and forsook it. I never had the power to save my home single-handed. I should have accepted their invitation. Had I joined them as I've joined you, I might not have had to face the end of the world alone. But it's all history now. No amount of reflection or regret will change our present reality.
Whatever may have happened in the past, you're still here, Zero. Alive. So long as you're alive, there will always be hope, no matter how bad things get. What you couldn't do yesterday, you might still do today. Think about it. It's plain that you've forged bonds with those around you. If you didn't feel that in some sense, would you have risked your life as you did for a meager ration of boots? I trust you too, for what it's worth.
Here it is again. The fire that burned in my breast when you came to my rescue. The urge to weep, though there is no sorrow. If this is trust, then what must I do? How do I answer it?
However you like.
Give me your hand. It's not something you do constantly, mind. A friend is a friend regardless.
A friend. So that's what it means. Someone you trust.
Thank you. I feel at last as though I found the answers I sought, and I owe it all to you and Julius. Right then. I expect the others have already arrived back at Tertium. We should join them. Well, glad am I to see everyone returned, and none worse for wear. Various representatives of the Gallian community are gathered here this very moment. I dare say this is a fine opportunity to announce the trade agreement. You read the memorandum. I trust you find the terms acceptable. I do. And, Naius, I pray you forgive my disrespectful conduct earlier. I am ashamed not only of my behavior, but of placing the burden of negotiations solely on your shoulders in my absence. You should know that, when we brought up the subject of the tower's reactivation to the people at Tapizden, some reacted quite strongly. Once we explained that it would be to prevent another voice-sent invasion, however, they were more receptive. It's fair to say the recent episode is still fresh in their minds. I tagged along to deliver a supply of ceruleum. I have to say I didn't expect to see such a large crowd. Even the stuffy Imperials who normally keep to themselves in the Senatus are here. My friends and countrymen, lend me your ears. I am pleased to inform you all on this joyous occasion that we, the people of Garlemald, have entered into a trade agreement with Radzatan. To inaugurate our accord, we intend to grant the individuals before you access to the Tower of Babel. In return, Radzatan will provide us with supplies, which shall be equally distributed among the settlements of our nation. Let me be clear on one point. This is not an act of charity. Trade. A bargain struck between equals, rooted in trust and respect. And it marks a significant step towards rebuilding our nation and regaining true independence. Radzatan holds Gallian technology and ingenuity in the highest esteem. It is my hope that, through this agreement, our peoples will enjoy a mutually beneficial relationship for years to come. Now then, we bid you to gather around to hear the particulars that you might convey them to those elsewhere. So burdened by hardship and trauma were the people of Garlemald that they were unable to imagine a brighter future. To be recognized as equals, as a nation with something of value to offer to others, that validation alone is enough to rekindle their hope. It is by virtue of this partnership that we may access the Tower of Babel. A rather timely development given the Aether Tank's impending arrival. Once the tower's stores have been replenished, we need but wait to install a signal to channel the energy to the moon, yes? Then you can leave that and anything else in this end to me and Alfio. No need to worry. Devote all your energies to the mission in the void. As ever, I am in your debt. You are good friends.
Let us take a moment to review matters as they stand. Having procured sufficient stores of ether, we may now channel the requisite energy unto the moon via the Tower of Babel. Our work on the star is complete. However, we have yet to receive word from Y'shtola as to the state of the lunar preparations.
A ritual to open the gate, and measures to forestall a void-sent invasion. Neither task is simple nor quickly completed. She would doubtless benefit from our assistance.
The very thing I was about to propose. Let us join her above and lend what aid we may. Ere we set forth, however, Y'shtola did bid me relay a message to thee. As thou art well aware, a key objective of our mission is the extraction of thy sister Azdaja from the Void. Held captive for millennia and divested of an eye, she is like to be severely weakened. To make good her escape, she shall require aid. Aid that is best provided by a fellow Great Worm.
You would have me go in my true form. Very well. Like our sire, we Great Worms are capable of traversing the Great Expanse. The journey will take some time, but I shall take myself to the moon. To begin with, I shall return this vessel to Radzadhan, that I may have both my eyes. And until such time as we find Azdaja, I would entrust her eye to your keeping. Will you do this for me?
We shall contact you via Link Pearl once all is in place on the moon. You need but follow Y'shtola's instructions.
Understood. We'll be ready.
Take care, Zero.
It will be the briefest of homecomings. I'll be back before you know it.
In mare elementorum, then. Go well.
I took the liberty of informing Ishtola of our arrival. She and her entourage should be here momentarily.
Forgive me. I'd hoped to have everything in order sooner. My thanks for the extra hands.
Alphino and Alice stand ready at the Tower of Babel. Vritra is also en route.
Excellent. You've done well, all of you. For my part, I've managed to prepare the ritual with help from the Watcher. All that remains is to channel the ether from below. This should, I pray, open a gate leading to the moon of the 13th.
May I just say how excited we are to be a part of this grand undertaking. The development of the artificial Atomos was one thing, but this is an opportunity like no other. Ishtola even managed to get a loan of elegant treatises on void sense summoning from the prized collection of the Sons of Saint Koinak. The Empire's application of etherochemistry in regulating void gates provided us with many a useful insight for our work, let me tell you.
I asked a favor of Grahatir when we were comparing notes on cross-rift travel. Given his credentials, I was confident he wouldn't be denied. The knowledge of our forebears has brought us far, as has our own. And with our knowledge and resources, we shall construct a void-sent containment seal on a heretofore unseen scale.
Containment seal? Then thou wouldst make use of...
Aye, a tried and tested means of holding dark entities at bay is readily available here. 'Twould be remiss of us not to employ it. We shall reforge the brands that Xenos and Fandaniel destroyed. That which held even Zodiac shall more than suffice for void scent of any persuasion.
The Watcher is already hard at work, tending to the most critical parts of the brand's restoration. There are, however, a number of concerning factors that remain. With your help, I'm sure we can resolve them.
Time is of the essence, so I suggest we continue this discussion as we make our way to the brands.
Now then, to the matter at hand. With the Watcher's assistance, we shall reforge each of Zodiac's brands, and use them to erect a barrier capable of repelling void scent. Yet, though we may expect it to be effective against larger beings on account of its original purpose, there is a chance it will allow lesser void scent to slip through. Therefore, we shall require a second line of defense, and I believe the Loporridge shoulders would be suitable for this purpose. Urianger, Green, the two of you have a strong rapport with our lunar allies. I would have you meet with Livingway and Bestaway's Burrow and provide any assistance they require. I will join you. As a void scent, my knowledge may be of use. An excellent idea. In the meantime, the rest of us will see to the reforging the brands. I will send word when we have finished. Pray do the same.
There you are! Ishtola has apprised me of your present undertaking. I understand that she wishes to deploy our pride and joy, the veritable carrots of our eye, our unrivaled combat supporters, as a precautionary measure in case this voice and containment seal of hers proves lacking. As we speak, my fellows are rounding up what units they can and will bring them to the northeast corner in short order. Please wait there.
Dreadfully sorry to have kept you all waiting. Hello there, friends. A new person. Heard there was a bit of a rush, so we gathered what combat-ready supporters we had available.
A welcome contribution. Thine initiative never ceaseth to amaze.
Oh, stop! You're making me blush! Even now, as we pursue new dreams, aiding the people of Aetheris remains our greatest joy. So you can count on us, ever and always. Right, so, we originally deployed these supporters to patrol the moon and keep it safe. They'd never tussled with Voidsent before, but with sufficient data, they ought to hold their own against the ghastly fiends. Practical, tactical data acquired in the moment, and who better to give the supporters an educational thrashing than the champion of Aetheris?
I believe I would make a better instructor. Not only have I fought Voidsent, I am one.
That's a convincing argument.
Don't just stand there. Engage! 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 Engage!
That'll do, that'll do! A defeat bitterer than the bitterest carrot. Using this experience, we must enhance the supporters and turn them into Voidsent slaughterbots! Indeed. Right after we've managed to put the poor dears back together.
Pray forgive our comrade's enthusiasm. May I inquire as to how long the repairs will take?
On an ordinary day, I'd say no less than 5 carrots briskly consumed. if you were to provide us with encouragement, we just might be able to do it in two.
This I leave to you.
The Lopperet's eyes twinkle with anticipation and they wait for your buoyant extolation. To wit, they yearn for you to rally their spirits. What? Engage! Engage! Oh, sorry. I was in the midst of... Forgive me. A sight of precision parts is strangely soothing and sleep-inducing. But I'll try to keep moving. Ugh. What a marvelous feeling! This is nothing like a wild gesticulation of encouragement to fire you up. With you cheering me on, I can do not less than my very best. Oh, thank you very, very much. You don't know how uplifting it is to have you encouraging us, showing us a proper technique so we may keep our supporters operating at peak efficiency. My, everyone is in high spirits indeed. Thanks to your encouragement, we'll have the supporters up and running again in no time at all. Pray, attend to your remaining busy work and leave the deployment of our new and improved voice and slaughter bots to us.
Can you hear me? We've just finished restoring the brands. Let us reconvene once you've finished tending to matters there. The culmination of our efforts is nigh.
Brands are ready, I presume. Excellent. With the Lopperets having deployed their supporters, we are ready to proceed. Let us rejoin Y'shtola post-haste, and prise open our gate onto the void. My thanks for seeing to the supporters. With this, all is in readiness for the ritual. First, I shall give the order to Alphino and Alize in the Tower of Babel to channel Aether into the moon. Once we have amassed a sufficient amount of energy, Urianger and I shall begin our incantations to open a void gate. If all goes well, a tail will form in the fabric of reality, at which point you must activate the brands and put in place a containment seal. That is all. If there are no questions, then let us begin.
Apologies for the wait. The preparations here are finally complete.
Excellent. The Tower 2 is activated, but give the word and we will begin channeling the ether.
Very well then. Make it so.
The moment of truth.
By the sisters!
Urianger, commence your invocations. 'Tis time to open our gate. A tear is beginning to form. Quickly, activate the brands. Success. The gate is open, and the seal appears to be in place.
Let's see how well it holds.
What an enormous gate! Lord Golbez will be eager to hear of this! So this is the Promised Land! The land of boundless ether!
I dare say the seal doth serve its purpose.
I see all proceedeth apace. Remarkable.
Indeed. Just this moment, a void scent emerged from the gate, by which we may safely assume it leads to the 13th.
It's incredible, Ishtola. Truly incredible. Oh, what an honor it is to have been part of this historic achievement.
A part is an understatement. None of this would have been possible without you and yours. Our success has also served to solidify our understanding of cross-rift travel. The Ascians rejoined reflections to the source by instigating elemental imbalances. These imbalances weakened the barrier between realities, causing the ether of a reflection to flood the source. But why is it that reflections are predisposed to rejoin the source? Why have they never merged with one another?
Thou art suggesting there is a unique property inherent to the source, one responsible for such an outcome.
I am. 'Tis my conclusion that, as the point of origin for the reflections, the source has an innate pull over them. Hydaelyn, I believe, sought to suppress that pull, which is why she was created with the power of light, of stasis. Meanwhile, the power of darkness, of activity, reigns in the void. Hydaelyn's influence would naturally be weaker, and this manifested in the form of planar fissures. Working with this hypothesis, I set my sights upon where the pull was assessed to be strongest, and through our combined efforts, we succeeded in opening a gate to the void. Now, I must stress, it was because we sought the void that we succeeded. Pleased though I am to have my theory proven, the secrets of travel to other reflections still elude us. Even so, in the reality that lies beyond the 8th umbral calamity, there are those who found a way to reach the first. I will not rest until I do the same.
One step closer to fulfilling your dream, eh?
Just a step. Many more remain to be taken. Which further motivates me to forestall a void-sent invasion. So come, let us set forth, to find Ashdaya and put an end to Golbez's plot.
Climb upon my back. I shall take us to the gate.
As we did discuss prior, I shall see the alchemists safely home, then together with the Loporrits maintain vigil over the gate.
May the sisters watch over and keep you safe.
Into the void once more.
This is the moon of the 13th.
It is. Ever since the flood, it has been a sanguinary orb in the sky.
Oh yeah, that's why we see a red moon every
No
time we
void
do World of
sent.
Darkness.
A rather more subdued reception than I had anticipated.
But unsurprising, given how jealously Golbez conceals the location of his domain. Still, we must remain on guard. One of his minions came through the gate, after all, and more may lie in wait.
I do not sense my sister. Where could she be? Where?
Steady, Vritra. We've barely arrived. Let us explore our surrounds before drawing conclusions.
Yes, thou art right. I shall survey the moon from above. The ground, I leave to you all.
Oh no, we can't mount. Very unfortunate.
No. How would we know the Aether current's here?
Good point. The surface of the moon is grim shaded crimson. A consequence of the flood of darkness, perhaps. No matter how you strain your eyes, you spy no signs of life. In all directions extends a desolate waste without end. You hold your breath in an attempt to catch the faintest noise. Save for the sounds of your comrades, there is nothing. So far, you have failed to find any clues as to Azaya's whereabouts. Perhaps Zero has noticed something you missed. Ooh.
In the hole.
Yep, that certainly is a hole.
The chasm has caught your attention as well. There's some manner of structure below. Worth a look, wouldn't you say?
I too sense something here. This pit much resembles the cradle of darkness on our moon, where Zodiac was once imprisoned. If this place serves the same function, then a fragment of his power must have been sealed in the depths. Strange, though. When Zodiac perished in the Source, I presumed that every aspect of him was thus unmade, and his power scattered, but it's unmistakable. The darkness that permeates this abyss. Could a trace of him yet remain? Or is it something else?
I hear thee, sister. I hear thee. Climb on, my friends. Astaya is here, within this chasm.
You were entrusted with Ajdaya's eye, were you not? So this is indeed Golbez's domain.
Kies arn in.
Es fil ud in. Ein an in.
Sis? Ask dear Antar. For war Meradarn I Alan An. Les I El Kol An. Zdis Sorn I Rum, Snar Tiamat An, Kai Ros An, K Ul K Darn Morn, Dis An, Kai An, Nal Stra An.
Nar Tal King in Eyes. Athan Endran Esk Taian. I'll call es in Hes Ud Lar An. Esk Les Ud An. Ses Razat Han Lu An. Snorson An Hai Es In An.
Ta hes an Elgon Osk in. Ses Kidir in an Kasta an. Sta in es Katao Tai an. Es an Stra in Sorn.
What now then? Does this great worm intend to remain a captive meal for all eternity, not daring to test her chains?
Ern el I mished in ud. Kis tago Asrael dis tar Sma osk in sis an.
Now there's a start. So, what can you tell us?
Asif tar nokol in. Do es I nesh igol sorn. Ka som ul mo go. Skom les sau an. Som du orta sis.
Well, you heard her. Shall we look into this spot near and dear to our enemy's heart?
The others have already begun searching for clues. Let us do the same. I'll take charge of this area, if you could see to the south. Glint from beneath the rock catches your eye.
Did you find something? A memoria. But whose?
Echo powers, activate! Oh shit, it actually did activate. Okay, so they were the two that Zero met. Or at least gold. No, wait. The one... So the one that's currently is the crystal. So I guess this is Golbez?
You have lied, pillaged, and murdered. Have you anything to say in your defense?
No. Every one of them got what they deserved. Trusting fools. Like you would-be heroes. Aye. You do well to keep a close eye on each other. It always ends the same way. A knife in the back. And better to have the handle towards your hand. You'll see! Oh, yes. You will.
In death, may our soul find salvation.
I can't bring myself to pray for the unrepentant. You're a nobler man than I.
Come now. We are all shaped by these dark times more than we could ever care to admit. I choose to believe that, had these men known peace and plenty, they would not have been consumed by mistrust and avarice.
Victims of the Contra Memoria, then. Like so many others. But we will end it.
Thank you. I shudder to imagine what might have happened if you hadn't dealt with the Dark Ones.
Who is that?
Oh, her? She's like you, I hear. Hunts Memoriates taken by darkness.
Well, well. A kindred spirit. Perhaps we will finally have a new comrade.
No. I've no interest in working with others. Much less someone who looks as suspicious as you.
Is that so?
If there's nothing else, I'll be on my way.
Even when we share the same goal, we can't overcome the mistrust. Such is the way of things, the wisdom of our era.
Only a precious few Memoriates remain who cling to the light. Would that we could have won her over.
We'll make do, old friend. We have accomplished much already, and another person may well have been more of a hindrance than help. Now then, our work here is finished. His Majesty has summoned us, so let us not delay. To Baron.
Had another vision of the past, did you?
Yes, and you were there.
What? I was in it. It's them. The pair I met in that village. Which means the one sealed in this Memoria is...
So, you have come. You, who would oppose our crusade.
Tranquil.
You. I know you.
Is that so? From the world before, I dare say. 'Tis impressive enough that you have managed to retain your mortal form, but to remember your past besides. But that is of no moment. You are the Memoriat who vanquished my minions, correct?
And what if I am?
Then I would bid you join me. As a child of our world and slave to the wheel, fight with me for the salvation of all our souls.
Fight with you? More like fight as your pawn. It isn't me you want, but my power. And if I don't obey, you'll bind me like you bound that dragon. But no more. I refuse to be bound ever again. I fight only for myself, and for those in whom I trust. My friends.
I see. A pity. It is for the dragon that you have come, yes? When first you appeared, I thought simply to remove a threat to our plan. Never did I imagine that you would reach this place and gift me a golden opportunity. Long as it has been imprisoned, this dragon has grown feeble and weak, its spirit extinguished. Your coming has served to rekindle her forgotten hope. Her yearning to be free, to return home. That is the key to our deliverance.
The darkness is ravaging her. She's becoming a void scent.
Archer! Smash!
Rise, O Shadow Dragon, and obey! Kill him.
Damn you!
Keep our guests occupied.
Save my sister.
Before darkness swallowed the world, I fought tirelessly in a war without end. The experience taught me to discern the strong, that dragon, and you. Come, face me.
Rest assured, I need no invitation.
Accursed light. You, who have ever basked in its warmth, could never understand our envy, our agony. You will not deny us our release.
Voidcast die is now accessible. Unfortunately, that's going to have to call it a cliffhanger for today because my friend is busy with real life.